Now, my next guest founded the travel site Hotels.com. Bob Diener is currently the chief executive of GetARoom.com. He can't get enough of this industry. It offers discounted room rates and tips for travelers in the United States and Europe. And Bob has more than a quarter century of experience in the travel business. And he's the subject now of our CEO Sit Down. Bob, good to have you with us, joining us from Miami.
Well, it's great to be with you. And, people always want to find a better way to save some money. People want to get a better deal. And so we created some new ways, some new models to save people money. And if you do a little bit of extra homework, if you know some tips, you can save a good amount of money and get rates even lower than what you see on most websites.
Now, Bob, the issue having to do with advertising discounted rates on websites, that can sometimes backfire for the hotel companies. So is there a way around that?
Well, we created a new model, and it's called the unpublished rate model. You see, most hotels want to keep the same rate across all their channels, but they are willing to give a lower rate to a certain segment of the audience that's willing to do a little bit extra work. And so we created this system called the unpublished rates, and the way it works is you find the lowest rate, and we'll show you the lowest rate on our website, and then it says call for lower rate. And we actually have lower rates in the call center. And we call it unpublished or opaque because we hide the rate. You know the lowest rate online, but if you call, they tell you that you can typically save 10 to 25% less than the rates you see on the hotel's website or our website. And all you have to do is spend a couple minutes and pick up the phone.
But, Bob, why is it that the hotels don't want to reveal that lower rate? Is there something to do with their inventory or their image?
Well, because they don't want to lower the rates across the board. It sounds somewhat counterintuitive because I spent much of my career telling people to go to the internet, and we pushed a lot of people towards booking on the internet. But what's happened now is about 70% of travelers are originating their search for travel on the internet. So when a hotel or an airline or a car rental company lowers their rate on the internet, pretty much it goes across the board, and then almost everybody sees it. So we created a way for a hotel to actually give consumers a better deal, but they don't have to give it to everyone. They're only going to give it to those consumers that are a little bit savvier and know how to do it. Now, what we'll do is we'll go out and we'll negotiate special deals. We'll put them on the internet, and we'll say that that's the guaranteed lowest price. But then it says call for lower rate. And there's a phone number you call, and you say, I want the unpublished rate. And that kind of bells go off and the confetti comes down, and then the agent knows. That's a clue to the agent to give you something better. And participating hotels, and we have hundreds that participate in this program, will lower the rate typically 10 to 25%. Now, they won't just tell you the rate. What they tell you is that you know the lowest online rate, and you know you're going to get something better. You just don't know how much better, because we need to hide the rate for the rate integrity. But after you actually make and complete the booking, they will tell you the rate. And most people are saving around 20, 25%. So you can really save a good amount of money off of hundreds of hotels in big cities around the country just by spending an extra couple minutes on the phone. And you can see what the hotel looks like. You know the name of the hotel. You know everything about the hotel on the website. And it just takes a couple minutes on the phone to find out how much lower you can get.
Bob Diener, what cities right now represent the best bargains for hotels?
Well, probably the best two are Orlando and Las Vegas. I mean, we're seeing lower rates in Orlando now than we've seen in a decade. To give you a couple of examples, even in Disney, which typically has very high demand and very high rates, we have several hotels in downtown Disney that we put on the site, such as the Royal Plaza Hotel and others in downtown Disney, for as low as $59 a night. And even some of the best Disney hotels, such as the Swan and the Dolphin, for around $150 a night. Now, we haven't seen rates this low in probably a decade. Las Vegas is the other great bargain right now. Now, the trick in Las Vegas is traveling midweek, which means Sunday through Thursday, because it does get busier on the weekends. But if you travel midweek, we're seeing just amazing rates. For example, hotels like the Sahara, which you can book for even under $30 a night on a lot of nights. Hotels